Hello folks, and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Step, and this is going to be part 26 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Byzantines. And it has been a little bit of a while since I've played my last episode, so I need to kind of catch myself up here. And I believe I was ransacking the French and the Germans, yeah. Since they had both declared crusades against me, I decided it was time to go back and pay them a visit. I didn't want to do it when it was just the German crusade because I didn't want to cause a civil war amongst the Germans while the French could possibly grow too strong. But when the French did declare their crusade, I decided this was the opportune time to go in here. It really is a balancing act here in the glorious achievements mode where I'm really trying to make sure that no faction becomes too strong, right? And you know, because as things are going, I am in the lead. Points wise, I'm making still a fair amount of points. However, the Almohads will be catching up eventually. They are making more than me. I think they're making like 4 more points than I am. And that's just off of nothing. They don't even have Valencia, which is one of their homelands of achievements that is owned by the Spanish. But yeah, the Almohads points are just insane. You know, they're even better than the Byzantines, I think. So as far as my goal right now is, as I said, to keep the balance between the Central and Western European factions. Now, I'm considering, so the Germans I am just going to move through and I will be attacking this garrison here in Burgundy just to sack these buildings and kind of smash them up a little bit. After getting rid of their crusade, they are now going to be paying upkeep on that crusade army that was sitting on my border. Their emperor is now down to 1 influence. So far, there is no civil war yet. However, that might happen maybe the next turn. I don't know, but I'm going to keep messing them up a little bit for now. And yeah, I'll just move through Burgundy after sacking this castle. This is going to be a bit of a fight for sure. Like there's a lot of stuff in here. But I do have my mangonels, which is my best artillery piece, and that's going to help me get into this castle, which is that 3rd tier. Yeah, it's a castle, as ring wall, and as catapult towers. That's both defensive upgrades, so that's going to be a tough nut to crack with a decent garrison, so I might take some losses there. However, after that, it's going to be going to Swabia to get rid of this crusade marker, just so that they can't just declare another crusade against me right away. And then Franconia, just to sack it. There's nothing even garrisoning Franconia. Just say Ballista Crew. That's it. And then I'll go up to Friesland to get rid of this chapter house so that they cannot build crusades from there either. And then from Friesland, I'll just be, you know, sailing on back home. Now the question is, how far do I want to go against the French? The French, it's hard to know because their king, after destroying the chapter house in Flanders, their king is down to 2 influence, which is obviously bad, but not as bad as the German Emperor's 1 influence, and like the Germans, no civil war yet. So how far do I push? And they don't have as much territory as the Germans, so, you know, going up against them and kind of cutting a swath through their territory could be really, really bad for them. Now, like, it could happen like this, where this German Loyalist Rebellion army just kind of popped up right away, and it should be taking Provence off of me this turn, right? So that could happen with the French. They could just end up taking back their territory right away after I've just destroyed all of their buildings. And then it's going to be a question of, you know, will the Italians dogpile in or will the Spanish dogpile in? I am really curious, but with the French, I'm still trying to decide if I should do this or should I just go home. The German power is mostly here on my borders, right? If we're looking at their numbers in these territories, it's not looking great, except for what they have here in Burgundy. So I do feel like the French could potentially take advantage of a weak Germany, and they themselves could grow stronger, but then again, there will be a Swiss and a Swiss faction emergence at some point, as well as the Burgundians. So owning these territories is going to be tough once we get to the late game for whoever, French, Germans, whoever. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted to mess the French up again, just to like give the Spanish something to do. They can kind of get involved. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hang out in Flanders for at least just one more turn to see if there is going to be... Do they even have a port here in Flanders? No, they do not. So if I wanted to go home, I would have to build a port here. Huh. Well, do I start building that port now? Or is the French, or are the French going to have a civil war? It might be one of those things that takes another turn or two. But their generals look pretty good, loyalty-wise. Not him. So it seems like there's one... Yeah, he's kind of low as well. On the loyalty front. Yeah, actually, you know what? There's a few stacks that look kind of low. Let's hang out in Flanders. Let's start building a port and plan to go home from here. And see if there's going to be a civil war here in France. And yeah, same with the Germans. Like, it's going to be, I mean, there has to be a civil war at some point, but we will be attacking, obviously. Let's do this. And cause some havoc, yeah. I won't even bother assigning this governorship to anyone because I will be losing Provence in this end turn. Other than that, though, it is going to be, as I said, just kind of maintaining balance. And I keep trying to see what are the best ways for me to do this. Right now, I am making almost 12,000 florins per turn. And that's with being at war with 3 factions. So that's awesome. That is really, really good. I did finally get around to improving my farm income for a lot of my provinces. That has helped. And I have finished building a few, or I think all of my trade buildings have been upgraded to the max. So that is good as well, yeah. With those economical buildings finished up and topped off, I think that at this point, I was looking for things to build before this episode started. And I think that I can get a head start on my island provinces because these are my shipbuilding provinces. I am waiting for the gunpowder event to happen, which I think is the year 1262. I think maybe 1265. I'm not sure, but I'm waiting for that to happen before I can start building my next tier of boats. But eventually I will want fortresses in these provinces so that I can get my top tier boats, I think. I think there's a 5th tier after the war galleys. Maybe, gosh. Let's get the fortresses anyway. They're super expensive. They're going to take 20 turns to finish, 8,000 florins per fortress. They're just massive investments. Even if there's not a higher tier boat after the war galley for me to build, it's still nice to have the fortresses so that I can build my artillery buildings after, you know, with that fortress. So that's going to be the idea there. And the artillery buildings are required to actually get those boats. So it's nice to get those artillery and those top-end ships being built up in the same provinces. So we can do that there. Other than that, I don't know if there's really much else for me to upgrade. I think, let's see, I mean, Armenia is being used. Yeah, I can get a master horse breeder for +1 valor for my horse archers that are being trained there. And let's see, Palestine is working on a fortress. Sinai is working on a citadel? Citadel, okay, wow, okay. Constantinople is working on some farm upgrades. I can get fortresses up here in Bulgaria and Serbia as well. Again, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And then here in Greece, gosh, fortress? Goddamn. Yeah, I think so. Because I still can train Varangian guards until the late period, which is, oh no, is it 13? Is it, oh, I forgot. Is it 1320? Is that when the late period starts, is 1320? It might be, but there is still time, is what I'm trying to say. And it would be nice to get some Varangian guards that are trained with the top tier armor upgrades, which can be built once you have a fortress. So let's get that going here as well. It's just going to be a lot of money. Oh man, oh man. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of money. But again, as I said, I'm making 12,000 per turn. Let's see if we can make that last. That feels very, very good. So now let's see. I was also, so I was really tempted to start to wage a assassin campaign against the Hungarians to get rid of them and hopefully have someone else take over their territories. I could trade overland to Wallachia if this was being held by rebels or even the Polish. And I don't know. It's hard to say because it's nice having the Poles as they are because I am trading with one province and two provinces. Is that just it? Is it just the two provinces? Oh dear. Okay, well, I'm trading with two of their provinces, right? That feels good. See, when I talk about trying to balance these factions, it's tempting to make them powerful by giving them potentially some more territory. Now, can I guarantee that the Germans won't take these territories? No, of course not. I cannot. But if the Poles can get another province or two, they can potentially withstand whatever might come their way. Now, Mongols, no, I dealt with the Mongols, but the Russians are very strong, and I have to imagine they're gonna, I don't know if they can take Kiev or Khazar ever. These places are especially Khazar, that's just insane. Kiev, maybe they're gonna butt their heads against Kiev for a long time before they learn that they can't take it. And then what happens? Then they start to turn their direction is looking somewhere else, right? And I wonder where that would be. Would it be against the Poles? Would it be against the rebels here in Sweden and Norway? Would they be going after the Danes? They do have a boat in the water, so they could use this to stage some naval invasions into Scandinavia. Potentially, it needs to obviously move back over to those sea regions. So anyway, that was kind of my idea is like, should I try to make the Polish stronger to potentially fight the Russians? This is a wonderful buffer against the Russians because, as I said, they will probably never, ever, ever take that. But would they take this? See, the Poles, this is the strongest area here in Moldavia. And if I make the Poles too strong, they might start doing what the Germans are doing, which is, attacking me. Now, the Poles are one of those Catholic factions that cannot start crusades. Them and the Hungarians and the Danes, and I can't remember if the Sicilians can start crusades, but I know the Hungarians and the Poles and the Danes cannot. And that is one way that they would stay out of trouble. That's what's gotten the Germans and the French into this mess, is that because they have glorious achievements points telling them to attack me, that's what they're doing. And they're, this is what happens. So the Poles might stay out of trouble just, even if I made them stronger by giving them territories, they potentially could stay out of trouble just because if they don't have to attack me, they might not. But is that a risk I want to take for what could be a potentially minor gain? I don't know. I don't know about that. Also, I was considering the Almohads, considering that they are the greatest. They're making the most points right now. They might be someone that I need to start considering doing something about. And maybe that could be done with, I was thinking about getting my Orthodox bishops. I've not trained any of them, I don't think. Because to train them, you need to have the cathedral, right? Yeah, you need the cathedral, and I think you can only build one of these. It says this, right? Maybe it doesn't. I'm pretty sure you can only build one of the top tier religious buildings for each faith. The Grand Mosque, the whatever that was, the cathedral, and then I think it's also called a cathedral for the Catholics as well, right? But yeah, I think you can only build one of these. So yeah, I have not gotten to training my my top tier religious agents just because for that reason. However, I probably take a break at this point. My treasury at this point is sitting at 140,000. That's not as high as I would like it to be. I would like to get up to like 500,000. That would be nice. And it would be nice to have that while also maintaining my enormous armies. The fact that I'm making 12,000 thorns with all of the armies that I have right now feels really good. So how about I spend some time training some religious agents that are not going to cost any upkeep. At 150 florins, that feels like a steal. They will just be raising the percentage of orthodoxy in other provinces at a faster rate than regular bishops, so that's that. And maybe I can use them to try to conduct some sort of religious warfare against the Almohads. I already have my regular basic priests doing the job, and if we look here, it looks like, yeah, orthodoxy is higher than Islam here in Cyrenaica. It's 70% Islamic here in Tunisia, 93% in Algeria. So yeah, they must have some churches. Yeah, they have a grand, okay, holy shit, they have a grand mosque here in Algeria. Yeah, wow. Wow. And Morocco, 70%. They don't have a mosque here. I wonder how they're able to fight my priest from, because these guys have been here for a while. So it's 40, so Orthodoxy is ruling here in Granada. And here in Cordoba, it's kind of split, probably because there's some churches here. And wow, they have a baronial court here for the Spanish. Does this not let them train? What does this do? I think it lets them train chivalric knights, I thought. Maybe, maybe not. And a master merchant. Huh. But there must be a church. Yeah, there's a church here in Castile. And so this is spreading some Catholicism into Cordoba. So yeah, there's a bit of a fight here amongst the faiths here in Cordoba. Probably historically authentic. But that was one of the things that pissed off the Almohads. They were like, no, 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 we don't want that. The Almohads were not the Umayyads. The Umayyads were really like cool about that stuff. The Almohads were not. They were like, no. No. No duality of God. That's not a thing. They were really, really fundamentalists about that sort of thing. So if I can train Valor 2 spies. That's the body house. I can't, so there's a, is there not, can I not get a 3rd tier spy building? I can get a 3rd tier assassin building that allows me to get +3 Valor, but can I only get +2 Valor spies? I feel like I can get higher Valor spies in the Viking invasion campaign. It's interesting. I'll take it though. I can keep training these guys up because that can help. I can use spies and perhaps Orthodox bishops to maybe cause some issues amongst the Almohads and just try to slow them down. We will see. Yeah. But for now, let's fight this siege here in Burgundy. The Polish are retreating from some rebels here. Are these rebels attacking from Kiev? Oh my goodness. Oh, those poor Polish. And yeah, the Germans have retaken Provence. Good for them. And here's going to be the siege against the Germans here in Burgundy. I definitely want all of my mangonels. And other than that, though, yeah, this is kind of a crunchy force here. You know, they got some Royal Knights, reinforcements. So there's going to be some units probably outside of the castle as well that I will have to watch out for. Yeah, this could be a fun one. I mean, 3 units of feudal men-at-arms inside the castle, in addition to 3 crossbows, 1 Pavese crossbows, 3 archers, 1 militia sergeant, 1 chivalric sergeant, 1 regular spearman. Yeah, gosh, if anyone here, and yeah, I mean, now that I'm looking at the numbers, I'm only outnumbering them by 6,000-ish, or 600-ish, so this could be a fight. If anyone is familiar with my channel from watching my previous campaigns as the Almohads and the Aragonese, man, I lost a lot of sieges, so let's see if I can do better this time. At the last moment, I did realize that this is actually going to be a defensive battle on my end. I'm being attacked. Yes, right. Man, that took me a while to read what was right in front of me. I was like, yeah, I was looking at this. I was like, this doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm being attacked. They were leaving the siege. I kept looking at this. I'm like, I don't see a castle. Yeah, okay. Well, I got my guys ready for that. My siege equipment is not going to be fielded in this defense battle because it's not really anti-personnel siege equipment, but yeah. I'll be fighting a defensive battle here. Awesome, sweet. I'm looking forward to it. Let's save the game. And yeah, I was like, command the defense. What is that? What does that mean? What? Right, I'm being attacked. Jesus. Oh, that would have been so silly. Okay. How's this looking? I have a hill? Sweet. Yeah, I got a nice hill. Yeah. Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. And I'm going up. The first wave is primarily infantry. So I did bring some naphtha throwers in my first wave to maybe blow up their infantry formations. And I'm thinking right here, like this looks nice and simple. Just do this. I will also be hiding my Pronomaya Legion here in this forest, and yeah, they both are hidden, which is pretty nice here. I kind of doubt that the enemy will make it this far up this hill without seeing my forces, but we can always give it a try. And I do have my Byzantine cav that are ready to skirmish as well. Up front, I'm going to try with my Pavis Arblasters and my Naphtha Throwers. I'm going to see if I can make this combination work, so might be a little bit tricky here. Nope, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, this isn't something that I have practiced in custom battles yet, so I'm trying all of my group formations. And yeah, nothing here is making sense. What about this one? Yeah, that doesn't really make sense either. Yeah, it's too bad. The group formations, they don't always work out. What if I split these groups up into two? Would that make more sense if I just had one Pavis Arblaster and one Naphtha Thrower in each group? Well, that has kind of worked out. I can at least get my guys so that one's in front of the other. Looks like they have kind of spotted my Pronomaya Legion as well, as expected. So let's get you guys out of there. Yeah, y'all can back up. And you can back up as well before you get caught by these crossbows and feudal men-at-arms coming up. And now that I've switched around all of my hotkeys, let's see if I can keep up here. So, you guys, so you turn and face like that. And I want my Arblasters to be on loose formation so that they take less casualties from the grenades, if any, right? Looks like I'm being bombed by their catapults, so that's a little bit annoying. My Byzantine cavalry, you guys can probably... Do I want you maybe here, perhaps? And yeah, Royal Knights are kind of thinking about coming on in, so I do have my Varangians that are ready to intercept anything going up the middle. And yeah, you guys can go there. The enemy general's dead, okay. Oh, by grenades, just like that, okay. Either by grenades or by Arblasters. So the enemy general is just dead, just like that. So let's send our Byzantines to start chasing down these guys. And that's gonna work out. And maybe we can get on these catapults as well, because they are gonna have reinforcements. So let's chase down all of these guys. We're doing damage with our Arblasters versus their archers. They still have a ton of infantry, so we do have to kind of be careful. Let's just keep pulling back with our Pronomaya Legion. You can come back here. And yeah, I don't want to keep taking fire from those catapults, but until there's an opening, I'm going to have to kind of sit here and take it. And are they going to fight? Are they fighting back? It looks like their Royal Knights are fighting back for a moment, but my Byzantine cav are going to push them off. So yeah, let's just continue to chase there. And what do we have here? Pavis crossbows, archers, and crossbows. So as soon as we can get rid of these units, let's keep pushing them off. It's tempting to turn around and go after these catapults and all these archers, but I do want to finish getting these units off before, you know, because I don't want them to... Oh, their catapult took out one of their own guys. Did you see that? I don't want these archers to turn around and start shooting me in the back, and I do not want their king as well to cause some issues. So yeah, their feudal men-at-arms are going to be coming up here. Let's maybe get some of those guys. And yeah, they want to mess with my Pronoi Legion. Alright, okay. What are these? Spearmen and feudal men-at-arms. So Byzantine infantry will just munch through those guys. And then, yeah, you can toss grenades there. And now you can retreat. So we got a grenade toss in, and it looks like that was not going to be enough to get rid of those guys. And up here, oh, they're running away as well. So let's see, running away. Okay. Yep, Nathos, you don't have to chase. That's totally fine. And back here, let's just kind of go with our Byzantines. You go, and then just get our Pronoi Legion ready to charge these units there and there. And then let's get our, let's see, so they're bringing on some Royal Knights, okie dokie. And I don't want to engage with my Byzantine Cav, but I can, let's see, I don't want to engage militia sergeants either, to be honest. But I do want to keep looking for openings in on that catapult, but I have to be aware you have those Royal Knights that are going to be coming in. And there we go. So let's get a flanking charge, or a rear charge, into these spearmen here that are losing badly against my, where's my other Pronoi Legion? Oops, I lost my guy. I guess I gave you orders to go that way. I didn't mean to. Let's go here against these feudal men-at-arms. And I actually thought these were feudal sergeants, so the fact that my Byzantine infantry are winning, I'm happy to see. And yeah, you guys can come in here and run these guys down as well. And then Byzantine infantry can turn back around and face forward against any potential threats. And yeah, we'll see if we can... We're picking off these Royal Knights, perhaps, maybe. And let's get our Byzantine Cav up. You can move up as well. And you can probably retreat. Can you get a grenade toss in? Oh yeah, I got a grenade toss in. Oh, that was slick. That was nice. That was super nice. Alright, let's see if we can get our Byzantine Cav to start chasing down these Royal Knights. And now let's use this opportunity to go after these catapults. Now that we are getting rid of those guys. Oop, 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 oop. Don't do it. Don't do it. They've rallied. So now just shoot these militia sergeants. You continue to go after the catapults though. That's fine. And is there anything going on up here? Let's see. Crossbows. And a bunch of, yeah, just a bunch of stuff that I can definitely kill with my horses. So let's get in here and start going after crossbows. And I'm not seeing any melee stuff. You can get back here and not get caught in melee. Are you out of arrows? What's going on? I'm a little confused here. You have plenty of arrows, so you have to turn around and shoot your arrows into the militia sergeants. That would be wonderful. And Byzantine Cav going into the catapults. Yeah, that's going to be nice as well. And my Pronoi Legion will be running down all of these crossbows here and here. And there still is this unit of Royal Knights that thinks it wants to get involved. They are bringing on some more reinforcements, so I do have to be aware of them as well. Are these guys not are you shooting? It says they're aiming, so I guess that means they're shooting. Yeah, interesting. Interesting tactic there. And yeah, let's get rid of these artillery pieces before this stuff comes on. Mounted crossbows and mounted sergeants. The mounted crossbows obviously can do a lot of damage. Mounted sergeants can catch my units out. Although, I mean, my artillery strength can probably handle itself pretty well at this point. My Pronoi Legion can gang up and defeat those mounted sergeants if it comes to that. Royal Knights still seem pretty indecisive. If they want to get involved, I mean, yeah, let's go for it. I mean, we're right here. Let's just turn around and get these mounted sergeants here and here. And are they bringing on stuff? Bringing on more archers, urban militia? Yeah, stuff that I'm not too worried about. And Byzantine Cav, yeah, just keep, yeah, we're doing good. Chase stuff down. We got rid of those catapults. That feels good as well. The catapult crew is running off. And now Royal Knights are fighting my Pronoi Legion. I am considering bringing, should I send someone to help them? No, the Royal Knights are losing and now they're running away, so that's fine. Mounted crossbows, I don't know if my Byzantine Cav can catch them. I'm kind of skeptical. And what do they have here? Urban militia, archers, and arbalesters. That all feels like stuff that I could just run down with my Cav. So let's do that. Let's run stuff down with my Cav. These Byzantine Cav are continuing to run down these crossbows. I'll let them do that. Again, I don't know if we'll be able to catch these mounted crossbows. It kind of looks like we are catching them. that's a good catch for us because, yeah, they can do a lot of damage, obviously. And just keep running them down. Even if you can't really, like, catch them, just keep trying to run them down so that they do not continue to shoot at us with their crossbows. That's a bad luck, for sure. What do they got coming over the hill? Feudal sergeants. So spearmen, militia sergeants, and a big old pile of peasants. Okay. Well, let's try to get as many kills in on these archers as we can. Let's see, Pronomai Legion, you can probably back up a little bit. That's fine. You can back up. And what we can start to do, so they don't have any archers up there, do they? Okay, so there's a little tiny group of archers that I'm not too worried about. But what we can do with our Byzantine cav is start to skirmish with this little pile of infantry that's going to be coming down. So let's get my guys in position here. And where's my other unit of Byzantine cavalry? Pronomai Legion, Byzantine cav, and then here's the other unit. Yeah, I will let them continue to run down these mounted crossbows. And once they're finished, though, I will bring them over to skirmish with this pile of infantry. One of my units of Byzantine cav is now in range, and they are getting some shots in on these peasants. And I actually did realize that there was a ballista shooting at me this entire time. So hopefully that didn't cause too much casualties on my troops. Because yeah, I was just shooting at my guys up here. I was like, oh crap, there's another unit of artillery. So yeah, we're getting some pot shots in. Let's get my Pronomai Legion up here to support, and Byzantine cav as well up here to support. And let's just harass this stuff for now. You know, as long as we have the we have the cav archers, you know, this is them doing their job, and they don't really have much range support, so they can't fight this too easily. And quite frankly, we can also pile in here on these unit of peasants. I'm only worried about the feudal sergeants and the militia sergeants. If this was just peasants, I would just collapse in from all sides. But there is just a couple of units in there that have some pointy sticks that could do a bit of damage against my horses. But this unit of peasants, for instance, like this wants to get a little bit, you know, these units are getting a little bit too far forward for them. So yeah, let's just run them down. They will break instantly. And we can bring our Byzantine cav to start getting shots in on these other unit of peasants. I can pull back my Pronomai Legion to sort of keep the attention of these militia sergeants and then these feudal sergeants as well. And this is good for us because I imagine this is going to make that castle fight a lot easier. So let's turn around here and start shooting at these peasants as well. And that's it for them. They're breaking, so let's run them down with my Byzantine cav, and then you guys can start shooting at these feudal sergeants here. And then let's get my Pronomai Legion. Yeah, just lure them up. Like, yeah, it looks like they're now getting shot by my arbalesters. So that's not going to be a nice climb up the hill for them. These cav can run down these peasants. These cav can keep shooting these feudal sergeants. I want to watch this unit closely because as soon as it breaks, I do want to run it down. And yeah, because I don't want to have to fight a unit of spearmen. As, yep, there they go. That's that. And then let's get rid of these archers as well. And that's it. The Germans are fleeing the field. Let's get my general involved so that he can run down that unit of militia sergeants. Because that is another decent unit there. But yeah, we might be able to run. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of these guys are going to die. Yeah. And I'm curious to see if the Germans are going to be able to afford to ransom back any of these guys that I've captured. I've captured almost 800 men. It will probably be over 800 by the time this battle's over. And the fact that they're already paying upkeep on that crusade that I destroyed, I have to imagine they're pretty poor at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can afford to buy these men back. That is going to do it. So I did kill over, or captured over 1,000 men. and I lost 42. Yeah, a pretty decent result, I'd say. Yeah. How did my naphtha throwers do? I want to take a peek at these guys. So one of them killed one guy, and one of them killed 10. Hey, I'll take it. I don't know if that can be a good showing for what the naphtha can do or not. I was just trying things out, and it worked out okay once I figured out the grouping. So that's something I can try out again at some other point. So yeah, the Germans did try to attack Serbia. They are going to retreat because that's a bad idea. And ransom refused. Yeah, they're going to lose 1,000 guys, including 4 nobles. Yeah, or 5 nobles. Okay. It looks like I did lose a Dromon here in the Gulf of Valencia, so I will have to replace that. Flood in Cyprus. Okay, well nothing was destroyed, so that's good. But I will have to check the population loyalty for that. The Sicilian king has died, but he has an heir that's going to be taking over. And one of my generals has died, Stephen Monomachus. So yeah, I think that is that's the captain, right, for that unit, for that one general. That was Prince Manuel's unit, you know, way back in the day. So I'm pretty sure this is his general, so I'll have to check in on the new guy. And yeah, one turn before this castle falls. Now that, I mean, what's left in there? Defenders remaining. There's 34 defenders remaining in that castle. And it's going to fall at the end of this turn anyway, so I don't really want to fight it, and I don't think I'm going to fight that. I would lose so many guys getting into that castle. As I showed you before, it's a castle with the 2 defensive upgrades, so that's a lot. Looks like I was able to kill an enemy German assassin. And another goddamn German crusade. See, this is why I'm doing this. Because I saw that crusade marker and I was like, oh no, they're not done. They are not done. Prince Michael, murderous temper. So +2 dread and -2 piety. His murderous temper has been exposed. He could not cover up the death of an unarmed holy man who disagreed with his choice of wine with the cheese course. How fucking dare he disagree with his choice of wine with his cheese pairing? Looks like the Orthodox bishops only take 1 turn to train, so that's cool. I'm pretty sure it takes 2 turns to train the... Is it the Alims or the... I always forget the name of the Muslim. Oh, is it the Alim and something else? I think it takes 2 turns to train him. I don't know about the Catholic religious agent. I will have to check out on that. So yeah, this is is it Tyrolia? I thought it was Swabia, right? Yeah, it's not Tyrolia. It's not Switzerland. So yeah, it's Swabia that I'm gonna have to go to destroy that chapter house. And that's gonna mess them up. I mean, so where's their dude? Yeah, 2 influence. The fact that there's like 2 influence on him, and he's still not really struggling with the Civil War, says something. But I do think that I want to finish off. I will wait this till the end of this turn, and that way I can just destroy all their shit here. Yeah, just trying to set them back a bit, you know. Set them back to the Dark Ages. Now, French King, yeah, 2 influence. The fact that nothing is like there's 1 loyalty on this guy, you know, 1 loyalty. 0 loyalty on him. It feels like there could be a 0 loyalty on this guy. You see what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like there could be a civil war amongst the French. So, I don't know. I did start building that port here in Flanders. So let's just kind of chill for now. And I can wait until this castle is sieged, so I can just burn everything to the ground here in Burgundy. And then I'll be moving on to Swabia. That will destroy that other German crusade. And yeah, looks like the rebels are pushing out and attacking the Polish. Yeah, that's those poor Polish. Yeah, I was just yeah, look at this. Just the Mongol rebels. Just a horde of Mongol heavy cav. Oh god. Oh man. I wonder if these rebel units are going to continue to split off and continue to attack, I wonder if that's going to provide an opportunity for the Russians to swoop in here and actually take some provinces, potentially, if these armies get a little bit too split up. But these are strong armies. I mean, Jesus, that's a lot of Mongol heavy cav. Yeah. I think the Russian forces are pretty decent, but I don't know. Like that, I don't know if they're that decent. The siege here in Burgundy has now been finished, and yeah, Germans still are not really having any issues, are they? So let's continue our rampage. Let's just burn down all of their stuff here, destroy all of these buildings. And we can move on to Swabia after this. And that's going to get rid of another crusade. And that should be just an instant civil war, right? I mean, come on, it's going to be back-to-back crusades gotten rid of. So yeah, Swabia, they do double check that. They have the chapter house. Yes, they do. So let's go in here. And it really does not appear to like the Germans have anything that can stop us. You know, their nearest big force is here in Venice, and then the Crusade, which is in Austria, going in the wrong direction. So yeah, I can come in here to Swabia and then Franconia, Friesland. And the French, man, they really look like they're stabilizing, and they've gone back and they've taken Wales again. So that's annoying. Let's fight them. Even though I am building a port here in Flanders, which I guess might end up being a waste of money, but yeah, whatever. You know, let's just do it. Let's fight them. What route should I take? Should I do Normandy, or should I just do like a little circuit? Normandy, Anjou, Ile-de-France, and Champagne? Or is that going to be too destructive? I don't want to be too destructive. I just want to be destructive enough. You know, like I could just do Ile-de-France, Anjou, Toulouse, and then build a fort and go home. You know, that still leaves them Champagne and Normandy and Wessex, and they'll probably have Wales by then. You know, like they can probably rebuild from that, I can imagine. So let's just do it. Let's go Ile-de-France. And they probably will not be able to defend against this, but I mean, Jesus, they have a fuck ton of archers. Holy shit. Ooh, that's actually a lot of archers. A lot of crossbows, a lot of arbalesters, a lot of Pavis crossbows. That's actually kind of scary. That's, do I have enough cav to beat that? Gosh, I would hope so. Do I have enough cataphracts? Cataphracts can potentially... That could be a bit of a scrap. If the French wanted to fight, they could potentially get a fight there in either Ile-de-France or Anjou. So we'll have to see what happens. The French have decided to retreat from Ile-de-France without a fight completely. They did not even decide to retreat to the castle itself. And I just pillaged 1,400 florins off the French, just like that. Jeez, oh Pete, yikes. And yeah, the Germans, same thing in Swabia. I think it looks like there's some forces that did stay inside the castle, perhaps. Maybe not. It looks like I was finally able to catch that French boat that had been kind of clogging my sea lanes for a while. So it's going to feel good to get rid of that. And some unrest here. Yeah, that's just Germans taking back their land. That is totally fine. And same thing with the French taking back Flanders as well. So the King of Hungary has died. Yeah, but he has an heir, so that's going to be fine. And some improved farmland here in Rome. Yeah, 80%. Yeah, it's about time. 40% here in Constantinople as well. Emperor Emmanuel I is going to be getting... And yeah, from me building those agricultural upgrades, I now have Great Steward for my Emperor, which is his extensive program of developing farmlands, and his constant attention to farming matters has greatly increased agricultural output across the realm. Plus 10 happiness in all provinces, and plus 20% to all agricultural production, which is really, really good. I've heard of a strategy because you can get this for farming for mining and I think also for trade. And there's an idea of getting this for like each emperor, right? Or each king that you ever have. And the idea for this or behind this is to take a province that maybe does not necessarily have great farming, but then you just keep building up the farming and just kind of burning it down and then building it back up again so that you can get this trait of great steward on all of your kings, right? And I think even you could even do this for your governors as well. And I guess that is a strategy. That seems a little bit gamey for me, honestly. That's not really in my realm. I don't like doing stuff like that, but I just wanted to say this in case you wanted to do this. This is an option. I think, and again, there's a weird one where to increase, it's like to increase mining income, you have to, it's like not the mines that you have to destroy. It's like the trade buildings, or maybe it's the opposite. I would have to look this up, but there is a way to get a mining version of this or a trade version of this, but it's not the building trees that you would think. It's like, it's an opposite or something like that. So I'm not quite sure, but the agricultural one obviously makes sense. It's the farm upgrades, and that's all you need to know for that. So that looks good. Now I can go in here. I think I just destroyed that other chapter house here in Swabia, right? Yes. So how are we looking? Emperor, 0 influence on the German Emperor. Okay. And yes, here is their civil war. They will be losing Serbia. That's pretty tight because rebels bordering me here is another faction. That's another port province that I could be trading with. Although there's a count for civil wars. I don't know, man. I guess I'll learn. I guess I'll learn. And yeah, they will be losing a stack here in Hungary as well. Anything else will they be losing? Oh, Friesland. Oh, without me even having to go there, they're going to lose Friesland. The chapter house has already been destroyed. Just like that. Okay, well, this is awkward. Do I just cancel my rampage or what? Go home? And yeah, they lost. Their loyalist archer turned rebel here in Provence. That's so funny. Oh man. Yeah, what do I do? Do I just like keep the rampage going, or do I call it? I could turn back this way and just go through Switzerland and Tyrolia and then Venice and I don't know. Or do I keep going to Friesland? I could keep going because there's a port up here, and if I can take Friesland without a fight, then I can, or I should be able to keep the port, perhaps, I think. And so there are people inside of this castle here in Swabia. It's just a unit of peasants and then a one-man unit of militia sergeants. It doesn't seem worth it to fight that. It's going to take 4 years for this to fall as well. But man, Swabia has a lot of shit. It'd be cool to take their shit. It'd be cool to burn it all down. It really would. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to wait 4 years or if I want to attack this. Do they have upgrades? It's just a castle, so there's no upgrades for the castle. Still, a castle's a castle. And I do have a bunch of mangonels. How much do I want to hurt the Germans? How much? How much? How much? That is the question. And yeah, same thing here in Ile-de-France. I suppose, yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't fight me. I mean, a lot of archers. A lot of scary stuff there. And the French are not, yeah, they still don't have any civil wars or any problems or anything like that. So I think I will just continue, yeah, down into Anjou against the French. Bump up those taxes to make sure that I lose this place. Not before destroying all of their buildings here. And I don't think I do want to stay here and fight this or just starve out these men here in Swabia. let's just continue on. Oh, no, not you. You stay. Here in Franconia, there's literally no one here. So I should be able to sack this. I look at the devastation that I'm causing, and I'm just worried that, you know, I just don't want them to not have anything. You know, it kind of suck at that point. So I kind of want to leave them some ability to have some income and be able to train some decent soldiers if they needed to. So yeah, it's a tough balancing act. So I will get in here to Anjou and see if we can get a fight versus the French here. They should fight me. They should send down a stack from Normandy and put up a fight instead of letting me do this to them, but we will see, I guess. Also, I am beginning to bring my Orthodox bishops here to Cyrenaica to continue to raise the Orthodoxy percentage here. I have brought a spy as well. My spy has 2 points of valor, so he will be raising the population loyalty in this province as well. Also, what I can do is I can start to use my spy to spy on these generals here. Actually, which general is this? This is the 4-star. Ooh, that's too bad. Okay. Okay, well, don't do that then. I don't care about... Yeah, cancel that. I was hoping that it was going to be this governor here. The governor is actually the Emir of Portugal. So if I can cause some bad traits on him by spying on him, or if I can reveal some bad traits, then I can reduce the population loyalty in Portugal. The fact that it's their 4-star general, Mohammed ibn Bulagan, which I believe is an historical general, he is not a governor, so there's no point in me spying on him because I don't think it's really gonna... I don't think it doesn't really matter for generals. I think it's just for governors, I think. However... Oh, that's too bad. I was gonna do it on this guy too, who is the Emir of Cyrenaica. But he also is not the general. It's this guy, the 5-star general, Idris ibn Tashufen, who... That feels like another historical guy, but again, I'm not too sure. That feels like... That sounds like a name for the Almoravids, which is the Berber group that came before the Almohads, but I don't know. So yeah, spying on him's not going to do anything either, I don't think. Although, let me double check his traits. Silver-tongued, perversion, killer instinct, so that doesn't... Yeah, nothing's... I don't think it's really going to do anything to spy on either of those guys. But, I mean, there's no border forts in these provinces, so I can continue to look around. Is there anyone? No governors here in Algeria. No border forts in Morocco. Jeez, oh, Pete's. The Almohads, their security is lax, I'll tell you. Hey, I'll take it, though. I'll see if I can mess with them. Well, 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 how about this? So this is the kind of thing that I was hoping would happen. Yeah, the rebels are being pushed back here in Brandenburg. The Polish are going on the attack, and they are taking some territories. I also saw that the French had attacked Provence, which was that German province that had gone rebel in the Civil War, so there's a little bit of action happening. Yeah, the Germans are retreating from Franconia as well, and hopefully, yeah, I did pillage a bunch of money. That's good. And yeah, the French are retreating from Anjou. Man, I don't think that's the right choice, French. But yeah, this they're gonna be inside the castle, so I could fight them if I wanted to. Burgundy's lost, that's fine, and yeah, Swabia is lost as well. Croatia, so the Germans are going to be retreating from Croatia from the Civil War or the rebel forces. And unrest in Tunisia, holy shit. Okay, I feel like I can take credit for this. Right? I literally just brought my spy there, so this seems like this is me doing this. And Cyrenaica, holy shit. Yeah, this is a Christian thing, I think. Yeah, unrest amongst the Christians in this province. Yeah, holy moly. There is unrest in Ile-de-France. This is just a French loyalist rebellion. Nothing to see here. And the Hungarians are happy, you know, I mean, how could they not be happy? Look at how well they're doing. And an heir matures. I'm curious to see if this is a son or a brother. Prince John. And yeah, I now have 3 heirs. Armorers Guild here is finished in Naples. I think, is that my plus 2 or my plus 3? I feel like it's my plus 3. That's my guess. The fortress is finished here in Georgia. And yeah, Prince John is irritable, so he's quick to anger and slow to forget a grudge. +1 dread. It's funny how irritable is a good thing. And then also a great warrior. Holy shit, he's a 5-6-star general. Damn, dude. And yeah, +5 health. Prince John is a beast. I hope he is my next in line. And let's see, Stephen Orphanotrophus, famously brave. That's another good one. +1 morale, +1 valor. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's check out. So is it him? Yeah, he's my next. Yes, he's my next in line. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, super loyal, super dread. Look at that dread. Acumen is solid. Command is good. And yeah, as always, super handsome to boot. Wonderful. Cool stuff. Nice. What do I want to do with Prince John? Chill out for now. Yeah, there's no new front to send you. You can just chill out and hang out with Dad. For now. I mean, do I have any good generals here on my border? One of my brothers here, Prince Romanus, is one of my brothers. He's chilling. And then Lord Provavanci. Actually, let's send Prince John. You can guard the Serbian border here. I doubt you're going to see too much action, but why not? Why not just check it out? See what it's like. And we are now, so alright, Anjou is now ours. It's just a keep, and it's a keep with a curtain wall. So it's going to have 1 defensive upgrade, and it's 1,000,000 of archers, of course. The 3 Pavese crossbows and 3 regular archer units. And 1 Arblaster. It's a lot. It's a lot of damage. Ugh. Let's see. I have trebuchets. 1, 2. I have 3 trebuchets, so I can get into, and I have a catapult. Looks like I have a catapult as well. 2 catapults. 3 trebuchets, 2 catapults. That's plenty enough to get inside the keep. And then it's just a matter of getting into those archers before they just fill me with just a bunch of arrows. That can be kind of a bloody fight. That could be kind of a bloody fight. And what I'm looking at is getting out of here. Because to my south, I'm seeing 3 stacks here in Toulouse, plus a 4th one here in Provence. And all of these stacks do border me here in Anjou. In addition, see, I'm right in between everything, right? I kind of forced myself right in between all of the French power, and now I'm starting to wonder if this is the place where I want to be. I might back up to Ile-de-France and just get the fuck out of here. I might do that. Because... Or I could attack Normandy. Just get rid of Normandy. Maybe. That way I just won't get sandwiched between these 4 stacks. Plus... Because this could sally out. They could attack me with at least a stack from Normandy, plus at least 2 stacks from Toulouse. And I feel like if I attacked into Normandy, and if they attacked me at the same time, I feel like their attack takes precedence over my attack. Is just how I feel about how these games work. So to be safe, it might be better for me to move into Ile-de-France first, and then attack into Normandy from there. That way, if they attack me on this turn, at least I'm escaping the sandwich, the pincer movement. That's kind of my idea with that, because yeah, I feel like I've kind of gone a little bit too deep here, is how I'm feeling right now. And in Franconia, I can just destroy all of their stuff and then move on into Friesland. Oh, I can't. I do not want to go to war with the rebels. Right. Right. That would ruin everything. No. Okay. So don't do this. Okay. I'm glad I realized that before I made a big mistake. Okay. Do I can kind of swing around, I suppose. I could hit Bavaria, Austria, Venice, and then use Venice's port to get out of here. Or build my own port if I do destroy it. I don't have to do that. I can also just swing through Lorraine and then Flanders and leave that way through French territory. That's another option. It seems like the Germans may be... It's hard to say. Obviously, I want to be able to get my ceasefires out of this from both factions, the French and the Germans. So maybe just choose the fastest way, you know? What would be the fastest way to get out of here? Do Flanders? Maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Let's It'd be cool to... I wouldn't mind destroying all of the stuff here. But then again, I wouldn't mind... I mean, the Poles are taking Brandenburg, so... If they wanted to attack further and like take other provinces, that'd be cool. But so far, all the factions are being really polite about this. Like, they're only attacking rebel factions. They're not attacking other Catholic factions, which is just really like, come on, guys. Seriously, like nothing at all? I get it, the Pope is going to reprimand you, but you know, you have to do something. So, is this a province that I want to sack? Why not? Let's sack it. Let's give it the dirty, and we can move on to Lorraine after this. Before I forget, let's check out these religious rebellions here in the Almohad's territory. Let's see what kind of work we've done. So yeah, it looks like they got some Moahid foot soldiers, some javelin men, some naphtha throwers, and a 4-star general. Holy shit, okay. Yeah, are they going up against? I don't know. Oh, gosh, I don't know if they're going to beat this. Saharan Cav, Gulam Cavalry, 5-star general, a few desert archers, and some peasants. Maybe? The Moahid foot soldiers are good units. They can wreck cavalry. These 2 units of spearmen can wreck cavalry, plus the javelins too. Like, these are good javelin units. And they can also do a good job. This could be a close fight. Yeah, that could be a close fight. It's hard to say who's going to be coming out the victor there. And what else did I cause? I did cause, so 2 Pavis Arblasters and then 2 regular Arblasters. I don't think they will be able to beat a horde of cavalry and peasants. That doesn't seem realistic, but it does seem like I am causing the Almohads some issues. It really is interesting. I did feel like, I feel like I had this conversation earlier in this campaign when I was talking about how it seems like in other instances, I really have not been able to cause much of an issue with religious warfare, using my religious agents to cause issues in other factions. But in this case, holy moly, I mean, it happened right away. Is it because they don't have the infrastructure? Is it because they don't have the agents? Is this why this is happening? For instance, if I looked at the Hungarians, well, they have a church here. Yeah, they have a church in both of their provinces. What about the Polish? They have a church here, church here. They do not have a church in Volhynia. And they do not have a church in Prussia. And yeah, Volhynia has more orthodoxy than it does have Catholicism. So Volhynia might be a potential target for religious warfare. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting how effective that was, like instantly. And it makes me think that I want to keep doing that. Yeah, let's let's keep bringing on the pressure. Let's keep bringing some more Orthodox bishops over here. Because I think their effect is cumulative. I think so. But for the spies, it is not. So I can put a stack of Orthodox bishops into a province, but only one spy is going to be the only thing that makes a difference. As to be expected, the Germans have retreated from Lorraine, and I should be able to move right on through here and continue on to Flanders. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be taking this. Ile-de-France is invaded, and... Oh, right. This is what I was retreating to. And yeah, look at that off to the side. It looks like the Spanish are getting involved against the French. That could be a war between two, because they are not allies. I'm pretty sure the Spanish are allied with the Germans, not the French. So, cool. That's what I like to see. I'm just going to auto-resolve the defense. I lost 6 men. And yeah, Anjou's lost to the Spanish. That's really awkward. That's interesting. And yeah, let's see. Ransom. Raise some cash. The Germans are taking back Franconia. That is totally fine. And let's see. My spy has been caught by some enemy bodyguards here in Venice. Okay. My ruler's wife has given birth to a son. Prince Romanus is now affable, so +3 acumen and +30 happiness. But neither of those things matter because he's never going to be a ruler, or he can maybe be a governor at some point. We will have to see about that. Is there anything else here that is... Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Alright. Merge you. And let's go back to this. This is what's interesting to me. So are they're not at war with the Spanish. Why does it say that? Why are they not at war with the Spanish? I don't understand. Because I know that you can relieve sieges of allied factions, but they're not allied. So this wasn't an instance of the Spanish relieving the French of my siege. Yeah, this is confusing. This could and should turn into a war between the Spanish and the French. And if it does, I'm going to take credit for that, for sure. That's me. I've been trying to get that to happen for a long time. A very long time. And yeah, the rebels won down here in Tunisia. Holy smokes. Yeah, the Muwahid foot soldiers just did work. Oh, man. The Almohads did hang on to Cyrenaica, as to be expected. But now I am emboldened to try to cause more issues amongst the Almohads going forward. And this is perfect time for this as well, because the glorious achievements points that are going to be counted next turn. And the Almohads will not be getting any points for Algeria. Or Tunisia, that is. And that's going to be 3 points that they do not get. Thanks to my machinations. So, yeah, I'll pat myself on the back for that one. As long as, you know, they don't take it back. They might... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, they might just take it back immediately. You know, I guess we'll find out. But this would last for 2 turns before the rebels could take Tunisia fully. So... it's going to be interesting to see if the Almohads can get this territory back before those points are counted. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Obviously, you know, a lot of just kind of me pulling the strings behind the curtains, but also me rampaging. It's a little bit of both. There's a bit of everything going on at this point. And as I mentioned, the points will be counted in the year 1250, which is going to be next turn. And that is going to mark, is that the halfway point for like the campaign? It kind of feels like it. If it's not that halfway point, it kind of feels like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's going to be 8 more counting periods after this one. So maybe not quite the halfway point. But in any case, that is going to be it for this episode. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Kind of Simple playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.